Hey everybody, my sports chat. We're a little bit late after the semifinals, but we kind of, life intervened and we had to take time to digest that loss. It being
Yeah,
the first loss of the my sports chat era. Um,
Yeah,
First time we've had to deal with a loss,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
took some
Oh,
time.
it did.
We also got the championship game in there, and you know, that helped or hurt depending on how you looked at it. And that's going to be kind of my theme. You can look at almost anything that's happened in Michigan football in the last 10 days and be positive or negative about it.
Yeah.
Um, so Pat, why don't we start with you? Let's just start with the game. What were your immediate thoughts of the game?
Yeah, immediate thoughts of the game. Obviously, you're excited. They're ready for it to happen. Just I couldn't wait for it to get here. The build up. I didn't watch any of the build up. I didn't watch all the press stuff. I didn't do any of that. I just wanted the game to start and get going because you hear everybody's analyst of it, analyzing it and all that kind of stuff. And I was just ready for it to get going. And that first drive, obviously, come down and whatever, we get the ball and we go down there and we run that reverse, which we hadn't really done anything like that all season. And and it was kind of an odd thing. And the group I'm watching with, everyone's kind of like, "What in the world?" And then after that, it was just a matter of playing catch up, and then just mistakes that we hadn't made all season. So you're just like, "Oh my gosh!" And they still have a shot at the end there. Maybe to pull that sucker out, and then just coming up short again. Obviously, just as a Michigan, true and true, I was disappointed. The group we were with were disappointed, but we did relish in the second game in the wide left, which was great, and we all jumped around for joy for that one too. So,
about that.
but yeah, so great season though, 13-1, and it's finished in the top five, uh, outstanding. So when you look back now, and I've had a chance to really digest it, disappointment for the guys, for the team, so close again, but just waiting to get over that hump.
Tom?
Same feelings as Pat. Didn't really watch a lot of the pregame type of stuff. I was more excited about the crowd we had for the game and the anticipation of Michigan playing a really good game like they've done all year. And very disappointed in the first series. Take your field goal and be happy. I did see a video clip today of that play that went awry, and I'm not sure who the running back was. I believe it was Donovan Edwards. Went the wrong way on the play, and because of that, there was no one out there to help him with that throw. So, there's chances in making mistakes in that game, and you don't like that at all. That's kind of crazy. We could say that about a number of plays that happened all year, though. So there were plays that I questioned from the offensive coordinator standpoint. But I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that the season went the way it did. It's hard to lose a game like that against a team that obviously got crushed by Georgia. That does not mean we would not have gotten crushed by Georgia, but I think we would have put up a little better representation than TCU did.
Yeah.
But it was a great season. Loved every minute of it, and I'm really very, very excited about this upcoming season.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I yelled so loud when they did that play at the goal line. My dog was afraid of me,
Did you swear?
and I didn't know I had it in me. I didn't know, which is great because for the longest time I've been saying kind of like I don't have the passion for sports as I used to, and that I did when I was young. And remember when the Red Wings lost their last Stanley
Yeah.
Cup Finals. I remember just being heartbroken, but only heartbroken for about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And so then I was just kind of like, okay. And, but I'm telling you that I was kind of like, I put out a couple columns on it, and it was kind of like a live blog, but not live, like live thoughts.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, an hour after that game, I didn't know what the hell happened. There were things that I'd forgotten about because I just was like into the game and into it, and everything was just so crazy and so awesome and so freaking horrible. And often 10 seconds apart.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but that play, I mean, you're right. You can look at it like, yeah, well, we've, made bad calls in the past. I just think that play was just, well, first of all, he probably goes the wrong way because I guarantee you we don't sit there and practice that play over and over and over again. But I guarantee you we have a handful of 1 yard plays that we practice over and over and over again.
That play was
Okay.
the play because on the 1 yard play we lost 3 yards. So
Yeah.
on third down, and once you lost 3 yards, that was 4th and 4. Don't go over it. Kick your field goal, get your points.
Right.
You change
Yeah.
the momentum by doing what they did.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, and
big
plus,
time.
if you,
Big time, man.
if you get down, if they gain even a yard, they're, inside the 3.
Right.
And now it's 0-0, but these guys are starting in a hole.
Yeah.
And then just some of the other stuff. I mean, I'm so disappointed that they played their worst game of the year by far.
Okay.
They did, like Pat said, they did a bunch of stuff that they didn't do. That was kind of my theme going into it, if you remember.
Yeah.
That the only way it stays close is if all that stuff happens. And we have the weird turnovers.
All of that.
I'd been predicting the short yardage back turnover. I'm forgetting the dude's name right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Collins.
Yeah, Mullins.
Mullins.
I
How the quarterback never even had the ball in his hands.
No.
The ball just come flying out of there.
Is that what it was? I didn't even see. That's what I
On the
watched
replay,
it again.
On the replay, like McCarthy's turning and the ball's not even in his hands. The ball's just flying out. And the guy comes up to get the handoff and the ball just went flying past him. It was like, holy crap, what in the hell?
It got kicked into the end zone.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it's on the ground and no one has any idea. And it's like, oh my gosh.
But at one point I did this game is over, Billy Packer type statement, and then all of a sudden bam bam, and we're down by 4.
Right.
And I'm like, or down by 3 or whatever it was. And I'm just like, holy crap. I mean, I'm so proud of the guys. I'm so proud of like just Michigan football because of that. I'm so disappointed at the same time because you gotta think an opportunity slipped away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And again, I had I'd written a column way early in the season about what's great about college football is that you have early in the season, since you don't have any data points, you have to extrapolate everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit there and you go, okay, well, Michigan beat Ohio State by 22, and TCU beat Michigan by 4, whatever it was, and Ohio State missed a field goal to win against Georgia. So this could be a tight game, and then they lose by 58, which is just an absurd number.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And here's the thing with that. Dude, I'm not sure there's many teams in the history of college football, who, if they played that Georgia team that night,
oh my God,
would come within 14 points of them.
I totally agree. Alabama, LSU, Michigan, Ohio State, all of them. I think
my jaw dropped watching Georgia play that Monday night. I mean, I was just like, I got to turn it off, but I didn't want to turn it off because it was like Georgia was just so fun to watch. I'm like, and look at the speed, the backs filling up there. I mean, TCU,
the toughness
and just
the intelligence,
physical, and that quarterback obviously, and run around end and not even get touched, run a sweep and don't even get touched on a sweep, power left. I mean, obviously the preparation obviously a week, but man, and then the defensive line and the pressure on that TCU quarterback, it just didn't even. Wow.
It's not even that he didn't get touched on that power sweep. He had 3 blockers that didn't even have to block anybody.
It was like, where was TCU? They all shifted down. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's football perfection. I made the comment before that Georgia is Michigan with Ohio State talent.
Yeah.
And I think you saw that.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. If again, anybody in history goes up against that Georgia team that night and they lose.
Yeah.
Including Michigan.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. so go forward now. So the playoffs are over, and you start looking to next year. And of the top 4 teams, and I'm sorry, TCU is not a top 4 team. If they won their conference, they deserve to be in. Good for them.
Yeah.
Or in their conference, but they got in. So if you take a look at the other 2, and let's just say you took Alabama and not any others. So of those 4 teams, Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, and Ohio State, who's got a quarterback coming back next year? I know
Right.
got a quarterback coming back next year.
Right.
I know 2 others that are absolutely losing their quarterback, and the guy at Ohio State still hasn't made the commitment. But I'm gonna bet he's been offered a couple of games to stay. But my suspicion is he goes in the draft because he's a top 5 pick. So
Right.
who's the team that's going to be the favored as you go through the season next year with a quarterback that's already been in the system? It's obviously Michigan. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm loving the way it's set up. And if this coach of ours gets off and signs a contract and stays, he's got kids coming in, he's got transfers coming in, he's got a lot of guys staying. And if Keegan or Zinter stay, he's got a hell of an offensive line again.
Offensive line.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Offense could be scarier next year. Offense could be scarier next year.
Scarier. A lot scarier.
Yeah, Quorum's coming back. That's new since the last time we spoke.
And maybe better wide receivers.
Better.
Yeah. We need a cornerback.
Yep.
To match up with Will. But let's talk about Harbaugh.
Yep.
Okay. What's going on? What do you guys think is going on?
I'd heard rumors early on from different people in the program stating that he was going to do this again, and he's looking for something that I don't think he's going to get. It's very rare that owners give coaches so much authority, and that's what he's after. He wants a lot of authority, kind of like Gruden got when he went to the Raiders. I don't see that. I just don't. And if they don't give him that, and if they don't give him the farm, he's probably not coming back. If they do give him the farm, he's not coming back. He's 59. I think I've just read that he's 59. This is probably his last big contract, whether it's at Michigan or it's someplace else. And they need to put some things in a contract that some poison pills in there that make it impossible for him to leave. And maybe that's why it's taken him so long to agree to it. I'm hoping that he signs and comes back. And there's a rumor out there that he's got a $10 million plus contract sitting on the table from Santa Ono to coach at U of M. That happened on Monday. We'll see if how true that is. And if that happens, good for him. I have no problem with him making that kind of money. I really don't.
Right. Yeah.
Good for him.
Pat, what do you think's going on in his head?
Yeah, I think he's earned every damn penny that they should offer him on Michigan. Michigan should. People are talking blank checks. I mean, they're talking, whatever, $10 million. He needs to be the top paid guy. He came in when the team was down, and the university was down. The football program was in shambles, and he's provided every bit of what everybody's wanted. The people, the fan base, the alumni are as happy, obviously missing out on that title game, but as happy as they can be. And I think losing him would be huge for us to lose him. But I just get irritated and pissed. He's out there shopping around after he said he wasn't.
Agreed.
And that's.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to do it. Even like, okay, so John U. Bacon, with his connections, and I'm not the biggest John U. Bacon fan in the world. But he said that when he took when Harbaugh took the job, he said, we're giving it 7 years and then I'm going to explore the NFL. That was at the end of last year, which is crazy for me to hear because it doesn't seem like he's been there for 8 seasons now. Crazy. But and he explored that, and then at the end of that, he said that's it. And now we are a year later, and he's still exploring it. And my thing is, shit or get off the pot, big guy. Just are you interested? Because if you're interested and you're gonna hold us hostage every year, well then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And get out. They should fire him if he's gonna do that every single year.
Yeah.
All right.
that we have too is, Ryan Day, that rumor about the Arizona Cardinals, I think a Michigan fan posted that. I don't really think that was true. I never heard anything from the
I heard
NFL.
Houston. I heard Houston Texans maybe.
Yeah, but again, I have not heard anything from the NFL side. It's all
Oh
from,
no, I haven't heard any either. I
Yeah.
just saw something.
so
And that would be right because Houston has a number 2 pick, and
Yeah.
CJ Stroud comes out and he takes him because no way does the other
You're
team
not-
want him.
you're not
Bears
hearing
aren't
that
going
on
to
the
take
NFL
quarterback.
side. You're hearing that on the fan side of things.
Right.
Oh, sure.
Maybe a Michigan fan out
The
there.
Michigan guy doing the same thing that everybody does with Harbaugh,
Yep.
makes up rumors,
You continue to
rumor
look
around.
around the high end of college coaching, and even Kirby Smart, who right now is the best coach.
Oh yeah,
You got Urban. You still got what's his name?
Saban.
Alabama. You got a
Saban.
lot of great coaches. Those guys coached in the NFL at the level that Harbaugh has. So who are they going to look at?
Right.
And now he's doing really well. Doesn't shock me at all that people are knocking on his door. But it pissed me off when I heard that he had his representatives go to Denver and say, "Hey, I'd like to talk to him." That's just like that really pissed me off. That was where the straw went on my back. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and defend him or anything else to anybody until he signs the contract. And then it's get off your ass and get this team in gear. And let's hope you haven't lost too much. Jaden Davis just announced today he's not committing at the time he was planning on committing. He's going to wait a couple more months.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, he wants to see where things fall out.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does.
Yeah, he wants to see where all the cookies come.
Which means we're going to go get a quarterback from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Go to the portal and get a quarterback.
And quarterback sign early.
Yep.
Yeah. Usually, yeah. So they can bring
All
in
right.
they can recruit.
And
You
here's
know?
my thing. I'm in agreement with both of you guys where, dude, pay him 15 million. I don't care. It's not out of my pocket.
Right.
Pay him
got the
15
most
million,
money.
pay him whatever. If he stays at Michigan's coach, awesome. That to me is like the number one thing.
Yep.
As long as he commits to it and like you said, Tom, put a poison pill in there. Don't let him go anywhere else. Here's the thing. If that's the bee in his bonnet, if that's his dream, you're never going to get rid of that.
Right.
And he's got to make the right choice and say, look, this is my thing. This is what I want. Here's my opportunity. I'm going to go take it. And he can't keep, he's cutting his own fingers off here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I would even put a clause in there, say you win the Natty title with Michigan, which is a goal of his. He wants to win a national title,
Right.
and he wants to win a Super Bowl. So you got to stay here in order to win your national title. So finish out, do what you've built here, get your national title. If you don't get the national title, then you lose out on your Super Bowl, maybe, or whatever. But you put a clause in there saying after national title, go, leave, do whatever you want to do, go to the Super Bowl, go hunt that down now. But stay until you get that accomplished, right? Why leave now and then you're going to be sitting in the Super Bowl going, or you're going to be in the NFL going, man, I wish I would have won a national title.
We can fire you for cause.
Yeah.
If we know you're talking to NFL teams.
Oh
Which
yeah,
Which never would.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, never going to happen. And by the way, the buyout number, did you guys hear it this week? Santa Ono agreed to a buyout of $5 million. So it's not a big enough poison pill. What's $5 million in today's world?
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is going to look at that and go, $5 million? It's not.
They're gonna next year. They're gonna make 75 million on a TV deal.
Yeah.
Again,
So
talking about the pros and they're spending $3 or $5 billion building stadiums.
right.
Oh yeah.
No.
The numbers are huge because they just purchased the Phoenix Suns in the NBA for $4 billion.
Unreal.
Yeah, the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
That's like Manchester United numbers.
Yeah.
There's a Phoenix damn Suns.
Well, even the Lions. What are the Lions worth? They're over $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. Things have gone astronomically.
Yeah.
We can sit there and think about back in the day, but the numbers are so crazy right now.
Well, again, how many pro sports owners are there in the world?
Not many.
Yeah, not too
Right.
many.
It's under a couple hundred, right?
Yeah, and
Has to be.
if you're sitting around with a couple billion,
Yeah.
I might dabble in it.
Money to throw around.
Yeah.
It's all
I wouldn't mind having like Saginaw Spirit or whatever they are.
Mhm.
Just get a little
Start with
AHL team. Right.
fun.
ownership.
I have all the cute little things that they do between periods and, just like, I mean, because minor league hockey is not far off from minor league baseball.
Oh,
In terms
yeah.
of,
Yeah.
Dinger, the home run dog, running balls out to the ump and crap like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that'd be great. I remember Memphis River Kings when I lived in Memphis.
Oh,
They'd been around for a couple years. I think it was like their second year. And I go to the game, and the first time there's icing, the announcer like announces it. He's like, icing. That's when the puck comes down, and he like the announcer for the whole stadium
trying to
explained what
explain.
icing was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, perfect. I mean, it's ridiculous for someone like me who grew up playing hockey, but it was awesome. Anyway,
Explain
but
everything.
yeah, again, shit or get a pot for him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got
You
to make a
know,
decision. The sooner the
if that's his
better.
dream, then chase it. But here's the thing: he's an elite coach. He's one of the top. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
So pay the man his money. And
He's earned it. He's earned it in his 7 years here. He's earned that. Son.
and I hate when people go, oh, for like before they go, oh, he makes 8 million a year and he doing this, and I'm like, shut up. It's like the guy's paying him himself. I mean, and here's the thing. Okay, so if you're 8-5 and you make 8 million a year, is that any better than 8-5 and making 500,000 a year? If you're a Michigan fan?
And right now, it's the number 2 most winning coach in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia's, basically, what would they be? They're 14, so 28-1 or 27-1.
Right.
He's lost 3. Ohio State's lost 3 or 4, and and Alabama's lost a bunch. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and criticize. I really like the team. I enjoy watching them, and you know what? When that renewal comes up, I'm going to sign my name on the dotted line again. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Jim Harbaugh care that if he's a coach when the team wins its 1,000th victory?
He's weird. He might.
I mean, why not be there and let somebody else cross that finish line ahead of you?
Hey, you know what? His ego and Brian Kelly's ego are about the same. He's just
Oh my gosh.
personality than Brian Kelly. They were going to put a freaking statue up to Brian Kelly, and he left and went to LSU.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to put a statue up for him because he had won more games than Newt Rodney, and he walked away. So.
Well, look at Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy could be in that situation. He could be standing with a statue right next to Bo.
Yes, he could.
Takes this son of a bitch out. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just stays here, sees it out, gets the natty title.
Yep.
And whatever could be named after him and all that stuff. But he leaves now. I just think that people would be so pissed. I think he won't have another chance at back.
Well, we only have a few minutes left, but I think a chat here would be really good to talk about the potential of other coaches. I don't know if you guys have been following this, but I heard today that Sharon Moore would be the coach and Mike Hart would be the associate head coach.
Yeah, I heard that also.
There's been discussions internally. The players have already stated that if Harbaugh's not back, they want Sharon Moore to be the coach.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's kind of got that the standard operating procedure of leaking things.
Yeah.
So you throw it out there first, so then when it happens, it seems like it should happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not a stunner. So the Sharon, I mean, all of a sudden I'm seeing a bunch of Sharon Moore stats and the record at the schools that he's been at and all this different stuff. And so it's kind of got that feel to it, like somebody's like there's a marketing firm behind it, or somebody's setting the stage.
Yeah. He's one of the biggest guys out there right now. The only thing that's hurting him is his lack of head coaching history. He's never been a head coach before, kind of similar to, as a guy that didn't have any head coaching, Jeff Saturday for the Colts or
right.
Played
Ryan Day.
Ryan Day never was really.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's co-offensive coordinator. I guess that's better than not not having an offensive coordinator title. But but no, I'm cool with it. Everyone seems to like him. I mean, you can't argue with the results that he's had. Under his area his area of influence.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been the back-to-back lineman of the year, coach,
Yeah.
right?
You know, if Harbaugh leaves and it does open up, dude, I think you gotta get rid of this Michigan man thing. I don't think you have to have a Michigan tie.
We already went through that once. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'm not
Um,
going down
the other
path.
thing is
Great guy.
throw it open. I mean, I'd love for Ward Manuel to just go out there and just go, this is to every single
Coach.
coach out there. If you're interested in coming here, I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
And let's just see what head coach of Michigan football, the Ira Taubman or whatever the hell, Harris, I think.
The IRA, Nick Harris. Yeah.
Yeah. Ira Nikki Harris, head coach, Michigan football. Let's see who that might draw. Take it for a spin, see what happens. You know, and again, anybody who's hiring, if they don't go out and call the top 10 people, regardless of whether they think they're accepted or not, let them turn you down. And that's true. That's true if you're hiring a salesperson at Bed Bath and Beyond. Go find the best damn salesperson you can, make them turn you down. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to sit there and look at you and go, I appreciate it, but no. And they're going to be pleased with themselves and with you that you saw their greatness.
Guaranteed that won't happen in this situation. I cannot see that in any way, shape, or form, just because that's just not what it's going to be. You know, I think Daniel's very old school with this, and he will stick with the continuity that you can, the best continuity you can have, and that's the way to have the best continuity. You know?
Yeah, you hate to mess too much with this past season and all the guys associated with it, but I mean, obviously you have to open it up, but yeah, I think they probably come from within, but I'd love to see, if somebody was interested in coming to Michigan. But,
I mean, if Sharon Moore, they think Sharon Moore is the best candidate, then you hire the best candidate.
Yep.
You know, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
If Mike Tomlin is all of a sudden interested, you know, and that's my point. Let's see
with him about offensive coordinators. Is he going to dump Mark Hart? Is he going to dump? Because the minute you do that, the guts of the team offensively changes. And you know what? Then you're dealing with
new system,
2, 3, 4 years of let's rebuild. And right now the framework of this franchise and this business that's there right now is really teed up perfectly if left alone. Ryan Day did a great job. He was there. He knew what the system was, and look how he just continued what they do best. They've been in 2 Final Fours. Good for them.
Yeah. Boo.
I don't want to see us fall back to we're losing to Purdue again. I want to see that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want to sit through that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that, boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As a fan,
no, I'd rather just keep what we got going, not make any changes at the top, and continue, the continuity.
Yep.
Without the big guy leaving.
Yep.
So,
hope he gets his.
All right, that's all I got. You guys got any final words?
No, it's let's start talking basketball next time, and hopefully we get a victory against Iowa today, and we get a victory against Northwestern on Sunday.
Yep. Patty, what you got? You got
hopefully we get
18 seconds.
Hopefully we get our basketball program going again. Yeah, we battled against Sparty, but we came up a little short, and I'm seeing more positive things out of them than I was early in the year. So let's see. Hopefully,
all right. Well, hey guys, thanks, and thanks for everybody listening. My Sports Chat.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, boys.